Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I am Prophet Kiana with a Bible teaching. Today's Bible teaching is titled The Festival of Weeks for the year 5786. Festival of Weeks for the year 5786. So, Holy Spirit, allow me to be able to release this message that needs to come forth. Allow me to be filled with everything that needs to come forth. Allow me to be able to be filled with anything extra that needs to be given, as well as how it needs to be spoken, as well as released unto the people to be able to deliver. Seal of God. So, Holy Spirit, lead me through. What's up, everybody? So, today is Festival, the beginning of Festival Weeks, okay? Sundown, the 21st of May through May 23rd and nightfall. Okay, this is a dry fast. This is a day of celebration. This is for giving unto the Lord and doing what He has commanded to be done, and to give unto the place where the Lord has spoken, said to give to the poor, giving unto others, as well as to give unto that person who is connected to the Lord, an offering. This is a dry fast. This is a assembly, a gathering of people coming together. This is for the Lord in His holy day set aside for a appointed time to be done. So I will be over in Leviticus chapter 23, verse 15. This is about giving to the Lord, giving to the one who He is in relations with, and the poor. From the day after the Sabbath, to allow us to know that this is the day after the Sabbath, which was April 5th, the day you brought the sheaf of wave offering. So allowing us to know what day after the Sabbath, and allowing us to know when we have brought the offering to be given unto the Lord. So this is about being able to find out when the festival weeks will be. Count on 7 4 weeks. Allow us to know what and how to find out when the festival weeks will be on. Let's count off 7 4 weeks. Count off 50 days up to the day after the 7th Sabbath. So the day after the 7th Sabbath was the 5th of April. It's after the first fruits. And so the 4th of April was the 7th Sabbath. So allow us to know how to find out when is the festival of weeks, how to count the number of days, in the amount of weeks of how to get the day of festival weeks. And allow us to know what day that this was after the 7-7. From wherever you live, allow us to know wherever you live, no matter where you may be. Bring 2 loaves made of 2/10 of an ephah of the finest flour baked with yeast as a wave offering of first fruits to the Lord. So allow us to know what needs to be given unto the Lord. That tithes need to be given. No matter where you may live, that these tithes need to be given unto the Lord as your first fruit from your harvest. That you reaped in. You will know what is need to be given on this day set aside, appointed for the Lord. Present with this bread 7 male lambs, allowing us to know what else needs to be given, allowing us to know that you will be shepherded through what needs to be spoken, what needs to be released, how it needs to be given, and how it needs to be brought unto the Lord. Each a year old and without defect. Without defect is physical or moral imperfection that makes someone or something unsuitable for a purpose. 1 young bull and 2 rams, allowing us to know what needs to be offered with these tithes. They will be a burnt offering to the Lord, allowing us to know what this is for and who this is for. A burnt offering to the Lord, together with the grain offerings and drink offerings, a food offering, aroma pleases to the Lord. Allowing us to know that this is accompanied with other offerings given unto the Lord, and that this will be pleasing in the sight of the Lord, or what you give, what He has commanded to be given unto Him. More needs to be given back unto the Lord. And I will be over in Numbers chapter 28, verse 27. Present a burnt offering of 2 young bulls, 1 ram, and 7 male lambs, a year old, as an aroma pleasing to the Lord. So allowing us to know what needs to be given unto the Lord, that you will know what to be given unto the Lord, what needs to be released unto the Lord, to be pleasing to His sight, whatever you do that He has commanded to be done. With each bull there is to be a grain offering of 3/10 of an ephah, the finest flour mixed with oil. Allowing us to know that your tithes need to be given what you're offering, and whatever you give in your offering needs to match with your tithes. In this, the scales need to be balanced and measure out. Whatever you offering needs to be given equally balanced. Scales have to be balanced and measure out. Whenever you give an offering, needs to match with your tithes. With a ram, 2/10, and with each of the 7 lambs, 1/10, allowing us to know how it needs to be given. The offerings and tithes. Knowing that the scales have to be balanced and measured out. Include 1 male goat to make an atonement for you, allowing us to know that this is sin offering that needs to be given to get back in good standings with the Lord. A sin offering. Offer these together with the drink offerings. So allowing us to know other offering needs to be given, along with your offerings of your tithes as well. This is about giving back more unto the Lord, what He has given, as well as what He will allow you to receive and reap a harvest of. in addition to the regular burnt offering and its grain offering. So, allow us to know this is in addition to your other offerings. Not included, but in addition. Be sure that the animals are without defect. Allow us to know that we have to make sure that these offerings are without defect, meaning moral or imperfection, physical or moral imperfection that makes someone or something unsuitable for a purpose. So I will be back in Leviticus chapter 23, and then sacrifice one male goat for a sin offering, allowing us to know repentance needs to be done, and two lambs, allowing us to know an offering needs to be given along with it. Each a year old for a fellowship offering. Fellowship offering is Fellowship offering or peace offering is a voluntary Old Testament sacrifice described in the Bible to express gratitude, fulfill a vow, or celebrate restored peace with God. So, this is about giving to be restored back in good standing with the Lord. The priest is to wave the two lambs before the Lord as a wave offering. So, there's the offering needs to be given to the one who the Lord is in communication with, who is a servant of the Lord. It's connected to the Father in the heavens, together with the bread of the first fruits. So it needs to be given along with your first fruit of your bread. You will know what needs to be given, how it needs to be given, as well as what needs to be released unto the Lord for his festival of weeks. That they are sacred offerings to the Lord for the priest. Sacred is set apart. I also know that what you give unto the priest, that it is a sacred offering. You will know what type of offering this is. On the same day, you are to proclaim a sacred assembly and do no regular work. So allow us to know that this will be a gathering of people and no work is needed to be done. What the Lord has commanded to be done for his appointed day. This will be a lasting ordinance. Lasting ordinance means a law intended to be observed perpetually across generations. For the generations to come, wherever you live, allow us to know that this needs to be done for the generations after you, wherever you may live. And I will be over in Deuteronomy chapter 14, verse, chapter 16, verse 10. Proportion to the blessings the Lord your God has given you. So this is in measurements of what the Lord has given unto you to sow, to reap a harvest of. Reap a harvest of. And rejoice before the Lord your God at the place he will choose as a dwelling for his name. So this is about rejoicing unto the Lord for this day that he has made, that has been appointed as well as set aside for him to be glorified as well as to be worshipped, where his dwelling for his name, you, your sons and daughters, your male and female servants, the Levites in your towns, and the foreigners, the fatherless and the widows living among you. So allow us to know who needs to be participating in this festival that is connected to you. Long as to know that your workers, those in your towns, and those who are not from, and the fatherless and the widows living among you in your land need to participate in this festival. Remember that you were slaves in Egypt and follow carefully these creeds. Allow us to know, to remember what the Lord has brought you out of, that slavery state, that slavery place, that you were working for others, and to remember the laws. The creeds, the creed is a royal, divine edict, a strict law, or rabbinical or ruling. So this is about releasing a rejoicing noise unto the Lord at the place he will choose as a dwelling. This is about those who are connected to you, those who work with you, those who is in the land the Lord has given to you. And you remember what the Lord has done in your life and releasing you from slavery. And remember and to follow the decree that he has spoken. When you reap the harvest of your land, do not reap to the very edges of your field and gather the gleanings of your harvest. Allow us to know when you reap the harvest of your land, do not reap the very edges. So allow us to know you would know what not to do when you're getting what you have harvest in from the Lord that he has given you to reap a harvest of. To not reap to the edges, you will know what not to do. Edges just means end or edge. So this is about leaving some for others. This is about giving and doing what is obedient to the Father. Leave them for the poor and for the foreigner residing among you. I'm the Lord your God. So allow us to know that we leave some, we giving unto others who are poor or the foreigners within our land. Whatever the Lord has blessed you to receive a harvest of, you do not take everything, but you give some out, being a cheerful giver. And to those who are poor in the foreigners within your land. So this is about a festival. It's about giving unto the Lord what he has commanded to be done, to do. Learning how to find out how do we get the day that the festival weeks will fall on, about counting 7 full weeks or count 50 days from the seventh Sabbath. Then also helping us to learn to know that this celebration will be for the Lord. And whatever we give in our offerings and tithes needs to be the same. The scales have to be balanced and measured out. Then, sin offering needs to be given unto the Lord, which is repentance, and more needs to be given unto the Lord in offerings unto the Lord during this time. And that who the Lord is connected to, who is in relationship with the Lord, that an offering needs to be given unto them as a sacred offering unto the Lord, set aside for his purpose. So allow us to know that you will know what to do, what needs to be given, and who needs to be able to participate in this festival, as well as who to give to for this festival. You will know who to give to during this time, as well as what needs to be given unto whom it needs to be given unto. So I don't know who needs to hear this message. Lord, Spirit, to go forth,